Hey guys, back again. This video is a follow-up to the last one, which is about Black Friday deals and sales. There's a few more sales that have started and a few more things that I've seen that I wanted to kind of point out to people while they're still going. There's going to be a few things in this video the same as the last one, but there's going to be some new stuff in it. Some reverbs that are really, really good sounding reverbs. Some of them really cheap as well, like $10. Incredible deal. There's also going to be a free Marshall amp sim. Technically two. They sound amazing. The only thing is you'll need an IR loader, an impulse response loader. There's a few free ones around that are really good that come with some impulse responses, but especially during Black Friday deals and Cyber Monday deals, you might be able to pick up some really nice impulse responses as well to use with it. But the actual amp sim itself is free and it sounds amazing. So first up, I'm going to go through the list of stuff that I've personally bought in these sales. I'm a bit ashamed of how much there is. I'm not really going to show you that many demos of stuff. I'm just going to go through it and show you them and talk through them a little bit. If you want demos, then go and have a look on YouTube and find them. You'll find them on there. Or just go and try them yourself. There's plenty of free trials on this stuff. Make sure you've got a project to use it on. Don't just use it on like one random thing and like I used to do. Make sure you've got a project so you can see if it actually adds something to it. Right, so first things first is going to be what I've bought. Then I'm going to go through deals that I've seen that are still going on that I think you should definitely check out. Some of them are more expensive. I'm not expecting everyone to look at them, but some great stuff. So first up, in no particular order, I think I did this I just went down the list to pick out what I did, so it's probably in alphabetical order. Black Rooster audio, the V-Pre 73 preamp. So you've got the drive, you've got a control here to basically sweeten it up or darken it up. That's pretty much it. Trim, that's always useful. You can, I don't know whereabouts this cuts off the signal. I'm assuming maybe like 35, 40, somewhere like that. I don't know. And then phase switch. So this thing was £4 on sale. I believe it's based on a Neve style preamp. It's got that sort of drive to it, that sort of tone. £4, you can't go wrong. Also, any of their other stuff is great. I bought all three of these in a bundle on VST Buzz, I think, a little while ago for like €15, just ridiculously cheap. They all sound amazing. So Black Rooster Audio, they've got a great sale going on at the moment, like £12 for stuff that's amazing. But yeah, £4 for the V-Pre, can't go wrong. Next up, I've got my list in front of me, so I've got to try and find stuff. Cush Audio, they've got a sale going on as well. I've got all of the Transformer plugins, the like preamp ones. They got deleted from my computer a little while ago and I completely forgot about them. So I've only just recently installed them again, so I haven't had a chance to try them out properly. But I did buy the Ready in this sale. I'm going to delete that, otherwise my computer might crash. Basically, if you want to add some bottom end and some bass and some thickness to a sound, this is pretty much the plugin to use, I think. Mainly for bass, but you can use it on all different things. I've seen people use it on guitars, on kick drums, on a drum bus. I don't know how that would work, but that's the whole point of doing this stuff, is to experiment and find new ways of using stuff. But amazing plugin for $29. I want to try and find a way of using this with the Neural DSP Dark Glass. I want to try and combine the two just to add a bit more to it, but I haven't had a chance to try it yet. So that's another one that I bought. I believe it's $29, but you'll see a little bit later I've got it on a list. Liquid Sonics, probably one of the best sales in my opinion going on right now. I won't open that because I've got one here. I bought Reverberate 3. I know a lot of people are either doing upgrades to other stuff because they've got one already, or they're buying Seventh Heaven. That plugin sounds amazing, I will admit. This was a little bit more expensive, like $30 more expensive, I think. This was $79. I think Seventh Heaven is on sale for $49. But this one comes with an absolute ton of different things, and you can use two IRs at the same time. It's a Fusion IR, which I think is something that Liquid Sonics do themselves. I think it's their own thing, but You get all of the traditional ones here. You get those with it standard, but if you look on the website, you can download these specific ones for it afterwards, and there's, I don't know how much, like 20 gigabytes of Fusion IRs here. These are, I think, Lexicon IRs. That obviously sounds great, but the one that really sold me was the Briscati M7 ones. You've got all of these here, and there's obviously different presets in all of them. But $79, this thing sounds so good, and there's so much you can mess around with in it. You've got all of these effects. You've got delay and chorus in it as well. You can control the overall mix of both IRs. You can use one if you want. You can use both at the same time. It's one of those ones where I'd say if you don't have a reverb that you like, or a good sounding reverb, definitely have a look at Liquid Sonics if you can afford it. I know that a lot of this stuff is more expensive than people want, but definitely one to check out. Next up, mastering the mix. Bass room is a must buy, in my opinion. If you haven't sorted out your low end and you struggle with it for whatever reason, maybe you've got speakers that don't go down far enough in terms of frequency, or you can't hear it on your headphones, or you're just beginner like I am and you struggle with it, this is the plugin to get. Hopefully you can hear a difference. If I turn it off and then turn it on, I'll do like that when I turn it on so you can see. But when this orange thing up here goes off and goes back to grey, that's when it's on. So it's off now. So hopefully you can hear a difference, but this is a must buy for me. Hopefully you can hear a difference there. It probably sounds a little bit thin when you turn it on because your ears are sort of getting used to the boominess of the bass. But trust me, when you use this and you come back later, it sounds so good. It cleans up the top end because the bottom end isn't overpowering it. It just gets you to where you need to be. So in my opinion, a definite must buy is the Bass Room by Mastering the Mix. Levels is also really good. If you on Plugin Boutique at the moment, I believe, you can choose it as a freebie if you buy something still, but that only lasts for like another day or two. So that is another one worth checking out unless you just want to buy it yourself. Moving on, Neural DSP, company that's taken a lot of my money over the years. Conveniently, the two that I bought this time round were the Soldano and the Nameless. I bought the Soldano first, then the Nameless. If you're going to get, if you're beginning, or you're getting into music, and especially doing it on a computer, and you want a good amp simulator, you want a good sound, something that's going to sound good in a mix, something you can use when you begin to do it all the way up to doing it professionally, Neural DSP is the way to go, in my opinion. I'd recommend, first of all, I said this in the last video, to get Nolly if you're looking for guitar. If you're looking for bass, I'd say Dark Glass Ultra. Those would be the first two that I'd get. You'll probably end up getting more like I did because they all sound so good. But it comes down to your personal choice and what you want in terms of sound. But Nolly's got 4 different amps in it, some great IRs in it as well. And the Dark Glass is just that bass sound, that Dark Glass bass sound that everyone wants. Ironically, I did have a Dark Glass Ultra pedal, which I paid like 350 quid for, and I didn't like it at all. But I love this plugin. No idea why. But yeah, Neural DSP's still got their sale going. Some great plugins. I would say if you're going to get any guitar amp simulator plugin, get one from Neural DSP. There's some great ones out there, but this is where I'd go. And obviously where I have gone. Next up, Newfangled Audio. I didn't plan on buying this. I've had Saturate for like a year, but when I found out you could upgrade to the Elevate bundle at a discount, I think it was like $39 for me, I jumped on it straight away. I've heard so many good things about the limiter in this alone, and obviously the saturation is great, but the entire bundle is worth it. If you're looking for a limiter, a saturator, transient shaper for, I'd say, more mastering purposes, obviously, or an EQ. This one specifically is based on apparently frequencies to do with the human ear. whatever that means. Yeah, this is definitely one to get, even if you have to buy the bundle straight away for the full price or the sale price, but you don't get the upgrade. Definitely jump on that one. PSP, next one. I've been waiting for this to go on sale for absolutely ages. The PSP Infinistrip. Something that a lot of people don't really look into, I don't think. I think a lot of people just prefer to have individual plugins or don't like channel strips in general. I do. I like the convenience of them. The two things on this that I'd point out more than anything are the preamp sections and the saturator under the limiter section. The preamp sections you get in this genuinely sound different. Every time I try a plugin with a few different preamps in it that are based on different things, I struggle to tell difference. They always sound really similar to me. There's never that much difference. With these, they do have that individual sound. My favorite is the 70s, that sort of Neve style, but all of them sound amazing. You turn up the drive, it just adds that sweetness to the sound. I don't know what this line is on the screen, like here. I think it's the light, in case anyone's wondering. It's annoying me now. But yeah, the preamp sections are great, but the saturator, you get soft clip, tape. There's two different tapes. There's two different valves and hard clip. They all sound really good. I think I watched Mixbus TV, and when he tried this, he said that plugin alone would have been worth the price. So that's someone who knows what they're talking about saying it, not just me. You probably won't hear that much of a difference, and it's not going to be that fair because I've got the compressor on here and I'll turn it off. So here's just the drums on their own with and without it, and then with it. So without it, then with. Hopefully you could hear a difference there. I turned the saturator off and on again as well, just to give you an idea of what it adds. But definitely, I think I paid $80, $79, something like that for this on plugin discounts. Definitely worth getting just for like one or two parts of it alone. The Vintage Warmer 2 is also on sale. I'm not buying it because I don't need it. I just did a demo, which is why it's there. But if you're looking for, a sort of staple plugin, a legendary plugin, Vintage Warmer as well, but PSP Infinistrip is my go-to. Relab Development, LX480 Essentials. I spoke about this one in the last one. Such a nice sounding reverb, so clean. It's just that type of reverb that you can just chuck on anything and it'll sound good. And I think it's £18 on sale. And if you get, I think that's on plugin discount, plugin boutique. So if you buy this, you can also get something else with it as a freebie. So you can get Mastering the Mix Levels, I believe, or Punish Light. I don't know what else I got. I think I got the Autoformer by Sound Device Digital. I got that for free, and that is a very, very useful plugin. So LX480 Essentials, definitely a must buy as well. I will point out that Verb Suite Classics is on sale. You have to go on, sign into Slate Digital to actually see it. You might have to find a code for it as well, which should be on the forums or should be on their social media or their webpage or whatever. It's by Liquid Sonics, so it's going to sound good. It's got all of these different things in it, and it's a great reverb plugin. The only downside is that to use this, you have to have a physical iLock USB. That is the only downside that I find with these Slate Digital plugins in terms of owning them outright, perpetual licenses. If you do the All Access bundle, you don't have to have physical iLock. But if you buy them to keep forever, the perpetual license, you have to have a physical iLock, which is really annoying because I really like the tape and I really like some of the mix rack stuff. I know you get some of the mix rack stuff free, like the Revival, the trimmer, and I think one of the compressors to like slam drums and things. You get those free. I'm not sure if you have to have an iLock to actually use them or not. You may do, so that's quite annoying, but they sound good. I wouldn't say they're the best plugins ever, but they sound good. They're easy to use. You get some great presets as well. But the physical eye lock is so annoying. If they ever get to a point where they say you don't have to have a physical eye lock to do it, and they do a sale on stuff, I think I'd buy quite a few things from them. But I don't like subscriptions to things because eventually you either have to buy them or you lose access to them. So that's annoying. But the physical eye lock just kills it. I think that's the reason why a lot of people just avoid it after they've done the subscription like I do. So I think mine ends in December, which is annoying, but you know, it's a little bit less to pay. Soft tube, I won't go over this one for too long. Basically, I've been waiting for it for ages. The passive active bundle, I just love the sound of this style, especially the passive EQ, just the top end, what it adds to like cymbals and stuff. I love it. I'd say tape, you'll see in a little bit later, is probably one of the best deals going at the moment if you want a tape simulator. But yeah, the passive active bundle, I've been waiting for it to go on sale for a while. A little bit more than I wanted to pay, but I thought I'd jump on it while it's still on sale. The saturation that you get on the focusing equalizer is actually quite nice as well. I just wish that when you turned it up, it didn't immediately sound like you were slamming something. It's really annoying. You can't introduce it subtly for some reason. But yeah, it sounds amazing. There's obviously some great stuff like Valley People. Plugins are great as well, and they're on sale. The other one that I bought, obviously, Sound Toys. I got Effects Rack for $37. If you watch the last video, you'll see why. I couldn't be happier. I would say my two favourite plugins, obviously Echo Boy's great. Devil Lock is amazing. I love the sound of Micro Shift for like that classic sort of 70s rock guitar sound, that widening. Radiator adds some nice colour. All of them are great, but my two favourite plugins are these. The PsyQ, or CQ, whatever you want to call it, that is quite similar to the Soft Tube Active Passive, has that really nice high end. My favourite one overall, though, Decapitator. I don't know if I'm going to use any other drive plugins from now on because I just love this. Especially, you can see that I've got it turned pretty much all the way down on here. But if I play it and bypass both of these and then add them in, hopefully you can hear that it does add that little bit of something. It does add that little bit of magic. But in terms of the actual mix of the Decapitator, I have basically nothing going in there. But it just seems to add something to it that I can't explain. So I'll play it without it and then I'll add it in. Not the most fair comparison because the audio, the level change, I didn't really plan this out. But if you're going to get any plugin from Sound Toys, I would obviously suggest the Effects Rack because you get so much in it. But Decapitator, Radiator, PsyQ, and Echo Boy would be my picks personally. Also, I got a little Alter Boy. Annoyingly, it has lag, so you can't use it live. But if you put it on, I used it on guitar for a bit. If you put it on after you've recorded while you're mixing, it's so good. It sounds so good. Also, found out that you can mess with vocals and just make them sound hilarious. So that was a good bit of fun. But yeah, those are some great plugins. Sound Toys is kind of like, you know, another legendary staple. Yeah. The last one on this list that I've bought so far, or the last two, Slick EQ, the Mastering Edition, and the Nova Gentleman Edition. I think the Nova, I think in my last video I said that was the deal of Black Friday, and I stand by that. For what you get for, I think, $10, you cannot beat it. It's amazing. So many different things in it. I don't even know all the stuff that it does. There's stuff that I'm finding out it does now that I didn't know when I bought it. But I've seen some people use this as a compressor, and it's an EQ plugin, and it sounds good. If you're going to get anything in Black Friday deals, get the Nova Gentleman Edition. You will not be upset that you did. It's that good. Anyway, that's what I bought. So now I'm going to go to my browser, and I've got obviously a load of stuff opened up here. So first up, I know a lot of people are very hit and miss about Waves, but they do some good plugins. I know people don't like that. I know the Waves update plan sucks, but the one that I was kind of annoyed that I didn't really jump on because it had so much good stuff in it was the Platinum bundle for $99. So many good plugins in there, so many useful plugins in it, but I didn't do it and I kind of regret it. But the one thing about this sale that's good is that you get plugins with it for free if you buy. Obviously you've got to buy 2 to get 2 free, but when Waves do the like buy 1 get 1 free sales or the buy 2 get 2 free sales, this is when you want to get something that you want from them. It obviously helps if you want 2 things from them now, but one of the things, if this works, that I would say to check out would definitely be the CLA Epic. It sounds really good. I'm not sure I'm going to get it anymore because I've got some really nice reverbs in this sale already that I think can handle it better. But if you're looking for like drum room reverb and different things, CLA Epic is a great plugin to get. Haven't tried it myself, but the Master Bus compressor I've heard good things about. I know a lot of people still use that. The CLA plugins are really good anyway, but the 76 would be another one to check out. Abbey Road plugins are really good. Let's see if there's anything on the second page or not. Kramer Master Tape, not everybody's choice, but it still sounds good if you like tape. Non-linear Summer, that was really difficult for me to say. If you want some like console drive, some color, there's so many good plugins to get. And when you get a choice of choose 2 free plugins here, let's put it on show. There's so many that you can choose from here. So you could get the CLA 76 as a free plugin if you bought something else. What else would I recommend here? The hybrid delay is really good. The L1, I've got the L2, but the L1 is, very similar, is a very good sort of limiter plugin, very good for like a snare, just to stop that transient popping out too much. Non-linear Summer is there as a free one as well. So this is a really good sale if you're looking for any of this. The Shep 73, the SSL plugins are really good. Vitamin Sonic Enhancer. If you're looking for sort of like an alternative to Fab Filter Saturn or Waves Factory Spectre, and you don't want to pay a lot, this is a really good plugin to get. Very good sounding, adds some nice sparkle to your sound. There's so many good things here that you can get, but yeah, definitely one to check out in my opinion. Even if you don't really like Waves, there's still some really useful stuff. This one's going to be a bit more expensive. I recently bought Superior Drummer 3. I got the cross grade because I had Easy Drummer. Easy Drummer 2 for €70. If you're looking to write music and you're not good at drums, or you just want an easier way to program drums, Easy Drummer 2 is hands down the best one you can get. If not, Superior Drummer 3, which does all the same stuff and a lot more and has so much more depth to it. I use, I'm not a drummer, but I have an electric drum kit downstairs. I bought Superior Drummer 3 and my laptop kept crashing every time I was trying to use my laptop for the drum sounds instead of the module on the drums, because I don't really like the sound of it and I wanted a more realistic sounding drum sound as well as to practice the songs. So I bought Superior Drummer 3, and the fact that you can go in, I'll see if I can show you here quickly. So let's go for the snare. So you've got all of these articulations, some of them aren't loaded. The fact that you can use this plugin alone without a DAW is great. That saves on CPU and RAM already. But the fact that you can actually just take off some of these articulations. So if you've got drums like I've got, the snare, you can only do the like center hit and hitting the rim. That's like literally the only 2 things you can do for the snare. So I don't need all the other articulations. So if you look up here, this is the amount of RAM that it's using. So 1332. If I take off side stick, drops it down a little bit. If you do that for all of the pieces here, all of the kit pieces, and you take off all the articulations you don't need, I'm pretty sure that when I did it on my drums downstairs, I got that down to like 500 megabytes, and it sounds so good. There's so much stuff in there. I bought the progressive Foundry edition, the drum pack as well, because there's just so much in it. It sounds so good. I bought that on sale for, I think it's like $89 or something. But right now, another one that I bought was the Metal Foundry Sdx. This is on sale for about £35 on Thomann. For an SDX library, especially one that has this much stuff in it and sounds this good, £35 for drums like that is incredible. Even if you're not going to use this kit or the drums in it on their own, you can still use them as like a drum replacement, or to add a little bit of punch or a little bit of pop to a snare, you can add them in. So if you're looking to do drums, I'd say Easy Drummer is a must buy. If you have the funds and you want it, Superior Drummer 3, definitely, especially if you're buying it new, you can get a free SDX included, some really good ones. I think you can get all the new ones as well, which is mental. But also, yeah, Metal Foundry SDX for €48, about £35, and the New York Studios Volume 3, depending on what you like. The midis are great as well. Yeah, that's definitely one to check out. Fab Filter, I won't go into a lot of detail here because we all know Fab Filter. Pro Q3 is sort of the leading EQ plugin. Pro MB is a lifesaver. Pro L2, it's not something I'm going to get because I've got alternatives. Pro R, again, I think there's better things out there. Saturn 2, I don't use it that much, but it's nice to have in case you just want to add that little something to a sound. I'm not going to comment on the gate because I haven't used it, and I think honestly for £100 for a gate, I think there's better alternatives. DS, again, I think there's probably better alternatives for £100. The Pro C2, great compressor plugin. I don't really use it anymore because I use Track Comp by DMG Audio, because there's just, all of these sound incredible, and it's actually cheaper. And it doesn't go on sale, but it's actually still cheaper than buying Pro C2 at the moment. Timeless 3, great delay plugin. Volcano 3, they recently updated, if that's your sort of thing. But basically, you know, everything here is great. I think there's better alternatives to some of it, but Pro Q3 and Pro MB would be my my picks from this, and Pro C2. Isotope. This one is, I'd have to say, this is probably one of the best deals going at the moment as well. And it's not the Isotope stuff as it is. It's these two here. Nimbus and R4 by Exponential Audio reverbs. I have, I think, 3 from Exponential Audio. I've got Excalibur, which is more like multi-effects, Phoenix Verb, and R2. If you are looking for a good reverb plugin and you don't want to spend that much, go for R4 or Nimbus right now for $10. If you're looking for a good reverb plugin and you want to spend an absolute ton, still go for these two. Because for $10, these are some of the best reverbs you can get. Have a look at reviews online, have a look at demos. I promise you, if you get these, you won't be disappointed. They sound amazing. And there's so many different options in them. Let's have a look at R2 quickly. I've got R2 on there. R4 has more options, but I think I got this free. So you have a width control, which you don't have in a lot of stuff, but you can adjust the attack, the tail, the early. You've got chorus, you've got a gate. Obviously the wet dry, pre-delay, reverb time goes, you know, I think depending on what you're using, it goes to different amounts. But if you're looking for any reverb plugins, definitely this and Tokyo Dawn Labs are my deals of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, without a doubt. Talking of good reverbs, Liquid Sonics, obviously more expensive. Let's have a look at the store. More expensive, but for what they do, they're incredible. Cinematic Rooms sounds amazing for like orchestral stuff, so that's definitely one to check out if that's your sort of thing. Seventh Heaven, honestly, I don't need it. I'm still kind of tempted by this because of the ease of use of it. $49. I believe I don't know if they're all based on, but I think most of them, if not all of them, are based on Brascati, which I've said is amazing, obviously. But $49 for that is a great deal. And then if you want to upgrade at some point, you can get Seventh Heaven Professional. I don't really know a lot about Illusion, but it's made by Liquid Sonic, so it's probably great. Lustrous Plates. If you have the Slate All Access bundle, you get this with it, so you can do that and try it. And I believe you can try the All Access bundle for free for a month right now too. So, again, amazing sound and reverb. This is obviously the one that I bought, Reverberate 3, so $79 is amazing. But here I will open both of them up. So you've got downloads for Verb Suite Classics, the Slate digital one. You've got a Brascati download here, so there's different ones that you can download. But the reason that I bought Reverberate 3 was because you get all of these downloads here. You don't just get one or two, you get all of these. And they all sound amazing. But the Brascati alone it's a reason that I bought it. So $79. If you have the money to spend on a reverb, try out Seventh Heaven and try out Reverberate 3. See which one you prefer, see which one suits you better. But for under $100, that would be my pick, or Exponential Audio, if not both. Next up, Sound Toys. Already spoken about this, so there's just an idea. It ends on December 1st. Have a shop around. You might be able to get stuff a little bit cheaper, but the effects rack for $129 is a great deal. If you want the individual plugins as well, buy the Sound Toys 5 bundle. The individual ones, this website always takes ages to load. Obviously, Decapitator and Echo Boy are $69 individually. If you bought both of those, you'd pretty much be paying the same amount for those two as you would for buying the effects rack, where you get a ton of other stuff and those two included as well. So get the effects rack. But yeah, $39, and the little ones are $29. So plenty of option there. Definitely worth a check. PSP, obviously vintage warmer. A little bit more than I'd want to pay, especially for how old it is. But the Psp Infinistrip, one of my definite buys for this. I don't think anything else is on sale. Maybe the Master Q2 is, but Infinistrip, definitely. If you've bought anything else from PSP, have a look in your account because you might get it a bit cheaper, but definitely have a look on other websites because I know you can get it cheaper than $99. So shop around. Sonox Inflator goes without saying, £28. Adds that something that you can't describe but sounds great. The limiter is meant to be really good. Drumgate is very good as well. Don't really know what it's like on anything else apart from drums, but have a look at some demos of it to understand it a bit more. It sounds really good. It's very useful. Transmod, I've got that. I got it a lot cheaper than this, though. That does sound a little bit too harsh if you go even close to halfway with it, so you have to keep it quite minimal, in my opinion, but that also sounds really good for adding a bit more punch to stuff. But so many good things they do. Obviously, the more you buy, the more discount you get, but check other websites again. Cyber Monday for Softube, definitely a must-buy tape. €39 on here. You might be able to get it cheaper elsewhere, but €39, and if you use the code BlackWeek Extra, you get another 10% off on top of that. So tape is the one tape plugin I actually use. I like the Slate one, but as I said, I'm not getting it individually and paying for an iLock just to use it. So tape is what I use. I went through and attempted to try and match the settings, I believe, like kind of similar to the way that the VTM by Slate sounds. So to give you an idea of what it looks like, there we go. Presets, VTM style. This is, to my ears, what sounded similar to it, so you can obviously adjust the amount. But this is what I thought sounded similar to it in terms of the EQ section of it alone. So yeah, it's a great sounding plugin. Very, very minimal. Doesn't add a massive amount to the tone, but if you're looking for a tape sim, that's definitely one to get. There's also some other great deals, but it's all really expensive. So if you want to part with some cash, be my guest. But yeah, the Drama's really good. I have that for free due to the Focusrite thing, but Valley People Dynamite for €49 is also really good. Spitfire, they have some sales going. I have can't get the name of it. I got the BBC Symphony Orchestra, the free one. If you can pay £49 or just wait 2 weeks after doing a survey and get it free. I have Originals, Cinematic Percussion, and I also have, if I can open it up, I have Albion 1. For the amount you pay, it's quite a lot of money, but it's so easy to use, sounds really good, and for writing or scoring or anything, very, very good. But Albion 1, the Albion series is really good. Symphony Orchestra by BBC. I hate the BBC, but this does sound good. Abbey Road 1. They're all different sounding. It all depends on the style that you want. But for me, Albion 1 was just the one that I've wanted for ages, and it sounds really good. So I went for that. But yeah, another one to check out. Apparently they had a tombola at some point, which I didn't know. But I don't think the Originals are on sale. I don't know if they ever go on sale, but the Originals are really good. For £29 for some of this stuff, it's great. This is where I got the Cinematic Percussion, which sounds very good. But yeah, £29 for that is great. Acoustica Audio has got a sale. If you like their sort of stuff, if you want that analog sound, that really nice analog sound, then there's some good stuff here. Bit too expensive for me, really, for what I'd actually choose. I know that I liked the sound of Gold 4, but I'm not paying €90 for it. I've heard good things about the Diamond Transient. I think it's under Equalizers. Or is it that one? Pensado EQ is meant to be very good as well. There's some great stuff here. Bit too expensive for me, but have a look on KnobCloud for some better prices for people selling their copies of it. I've used his website before, as I said in the last video, but you can find some of it cheaper on there. But that's another one that's going on for a little bit longer. New DSP ends on the 30th, so you only got like a day if I get this video out in time, but everything's on sale, worth checking out. One that you don't see a lot of people talking about is Tone Boosters. I don't have any of their stuff, but the equalizer there's so much stuff in it. The Real Bus is really good sounding. Barricade, a limiter, and I think there's compression in it as well. True peak compressor and a limiter. Pretty much all of their stuff is really good. And the equalizer alone is €29. And it's not what I'd call a Fab Filter killer, but I'd say it's very similar to a Fab Filter Pro Q3 in terms of what you get in it. You can try it for free. You can actually use it for free, I think, if you just don't want to save stuff in it, but definitely worth checking out their stuff. €29 for that equalizer is insane. I don't know why it's so cheap. Kush, great sounding stuff again. The transistor, the transformers bundle here, the saturation plugins are great. You can get each one individually for $17, or you can get all of them for $59. That's a definite one to check out. You can try them for free as well. Ready, obviously I bought that. Novatron is meant to be really good. Clariphonic is meant to be really good. All of this stuff's really good, let's be honest. Finally, Mercurial has got a sale going on, and they've got some really good stuff. The Spark is $60 and really good. But if you like Marshall style plugins, my recommendation is to go to Mercurial website. Very difficult for me to say, apparently. Go to products and go to free stuff. Obviously, you've got some pedals here, but if you go down, you'll see these two here. The preamp section for the JCM 800, and then you've got the hot version as well. They're both free. There's obviously others here, but I didn't really like those. I haven't tried the Mercurial cab. That might be worth having a look at. But these two here are free, and they sound incredible. So if I can find them in here. I think they come under Rox Loader. There. So if I just add this one here quickly, this is how it comes up. So there's nothing amazing to look at. Click on settings, you get all of your settings here. Bass, I'm assuming that's mid, and treble, that's like the drive. Input, got two different transformers to choose from, as well as oversampling. But if you add an IR to this, so the one that I use, which is free, is from Aurora DSP, which is Fenner IR. Don't know. You get some stuff with it. But my go-to for impulse responses, I probably should have loaded this up before. My go-to is York Audio, which for like $14.99 for most of these is really good. The Marshall ones sound amazing, especially when you pair them with that. So if you're looking for a Marshall amp simulator and you don't want to pay a lot, you don't want to pay at all, that is the one that I'd go for. JCM 800 sounds really good. Classic Marshall sound. If you want it a little bit more punchy, a little bit more drive, the hot version as well. With oversampling, why not? It's free. You can also use the TSC with it that they do for free. Sounds really good as well, especially the I tend to use it with the mod switch on the mod side. Keep the drive all the way down, turn the tone up to maybe like 1 or 2 o'clock, and level wherever you feel like it. I normally have it either all the way on or around 3 o'clock. So many good plugins. Those 2 are free, those 3 are free. This whole section is really good, actually. The free stuff they do is great. But yeah, so many things to check out there. This video is going to be way too long, but yeah, go and have a look and get some new stuff. Treat yourself for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Hopefully I'll see you again. My throat is starting to hurt from talking. Yeah, leave some feedback. Let me know what you've bought in the sales, if anything, and I might have to check it out while it's still going. Have a good day. Stay positive. I know that there's a lot of stuff going on in the world at the moment, which is very, very negative, and it's starting to get to me again. Starting to get to sort of getting a bit anxious, but trying to distract myself from it. Yeah. Have a good day, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.